to kind of finish out what happened to us in 2020, obviously Elon famously bought Twitter. And I remember one of my favorite quotes. He said, I didn't buy a company, I bought a crime scene. And then,
Yeah.
he put out, the Twitter files, which were pretty much ignored completely by mainstream media. And a lot of people actually never even read that stuff. But of course, we were up on it because we had felt, that censorship. And it was pretty shocking what they found, direct requests from actually many, many levels of government. I don't even know how they could keep their heads together there in San Francisco when you've got, multiple different parts of the government asking you to take this down, to quiet this person, to do this, to do that. And I always used to joke, I can't wait for the YouTube files, because we were actually deplatformed from YouTube in 23 after having a lot of open arguments with them in 2020. Funny enough, it was actually the BBC that put pressure on YouTube to take our videos down. And so there's all sorts of weird actors. And then we systematically were taken down, Larry. Like I said, it was Dropbox, PayPal, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, pretty much in the same week. And honestly, I wouldn't allow myself to think that there could ever be a single actor, because I'm not some crazy conspiracy guy. That's Alex Jones, right? So I honestly wouldn't even allow myself to think that. And I was angry. I was pointing fingers at the platforms themselves. But now when we go look back, we realize that they were getting those directives from government. And now Facebook said that. Google's now said that. YouTube settled with Trump, and we got replatformed almost 3 months ago. And we had 2.2 million subscribers, 500 million views, a 14-year history, 14,000 videos. We were not small potatoes. And now we're back. And now, Larry, I posted every single piece of content that in 2020 and 2021 got removed, got me strikes. I even made a movie called We Will Not Be Silenced about what YouTube did to us. That is now on YouTube. And they haven't said anything. And so it's just incredible for me to watch what can happen also from one regime to another.
Yes.
And the truth is, I've said this to people that are on the left. And I said, look, if Trump wasn't elected, we wouldn't have our channel back. And a lot of these things wouldn't be happening. And I guess that also goes to show us, I had someone on the left say, well, that goes to show you that we have to make sure these tech companies aren't monopolies. And I was like, well, that's another way of looking at it too. So anyways, just interesting to see what happened there. I guess we'll never know how much they pressured Wikipedia, but also then since there's the moderators in there, you'll never know what was also going on that level.
How do you get out of a rat race? How do you create wealth not only for yourself, but also for the generations to come after?
I am absolutely amazed with the quality of companies that we're getting exposure to.
We go on to Zoom calls with the innovators and the folks who are building new applications in metaverse, blockchain, artificial intelligence, decentralized finance.
What's going on, everybody? Thumbs up if you can see me.
We are focusing on early stage investment.
And the quality of people that we're getting exposure to, whether it be Dan Tapiero with 1RT, Jason Ma from Open, Yatsu from Animoca.
It's been a phenomenal experience thus far. It has far exceeded my expectations.
We are focusing on cutting edge technologies.
I view it now as the best investment I've ever made. The upside I view is unlimited.
And as a retail investor, I would never get this exposure anywhere else outside of Investment Club.
See you in the Investment Club.
Yeah. I remember those days and being shocked at yes, there's the full court press against various players, yes, it was shocking. We didn't think in 2013 and all the years before that there ever could be such a thing happening in the United States of America. The idea that there would be a censorship regime and that we would actually have to learn the concept of censorship. Of course, it's not going to be called itself. It's not going to call itself that. Is truly shocking. And Wikipedia was definitely part of that. So we have evidence of that. the extent to which it's happening behind the scenes, the most influential people on Wikipedia seem to be pretty disciplined about keeping their mouths shut about what is going on. And I think there has to be quite a few paid players. There's a lot of paid editing going on. There's a fair number of accounts in the hundreds, not the thousands, that appear to be working full time on Wikipedia.
There must be a lot of money to be made there.
Exactly. And then, of course, we don't know who those people are, and all the more, we don't know who is paying them.
To continue watching the rest of the episode for free, visit our website londonreal.tv or click the link in the description below.
Hi, it's Brian Rose from London Real. You probably know that we've just recently been re-platformed on YouTube after 25 months completely in the dark. The truth is, I really need your help. What I really need you to do is click on that subscribe button right now, like this video, and maybe even leave a comment or share the link with friends. We're really fighting against an algorithm that's tried to keep us quiet for so long. And the more subscribers we have, the more people watch our content, the better guests we can bring you, the better content, and we can continue transforming lives. We've been doing this for 14 years now. I want to do this for another 14 years, but I really need your help. So click on that subscribe button, like the video, leave a comment, share this, and we're going to continue to bring you more and more great content. Thank you.